Good evening, I'm Justin Betty. As kids have spent more time at home over the last year or so, local law enforcement warn they've been more vulnerable to online predators. Newswatch 12's Georgina Fernandez spoke to local advocates and law enforcement officers today. She joins us now live in studio with details. Georgina?
Justin, kids as young as 5 are doing classes online now. Before, parents might not have been worried about sitting down a kid that young to have a conversation about online danger. But now, with everyone spending more time online, officials tell me parents really need to start having those conversations with their kids.
Know who you're talking to, know where they're from. Talking to complete strangers is not always a good idea.
It's an easy concept, but a problem many kids find themselves facing. TMG4 reported that Wisconsin has seen a 23% increase in online predators in just the last year.
Kids being at home and online so much, it has opened up the doors for these predators to have really easy access to these children.
Detective Sergeant Belzer says apps like TikTok, Snapchat, and online gaming that share your location and allow for direct messaging can be a breeding ground for predators.
Monitor, monitor, monitor.
She says parents need to do their homework.
And look at the reviews, because we've had complaints of stuff as simple as the My Little Pony app, where parents were complaining about inappropriate content.
And Start Talking Now is something that Rylander School District starts early.
The topics are different at the kindergarten age level. But I would say 4th and 5th grade is when the curriculum really gets into kind of like that stranger danger online.
Heidebrand says starting those conversations early can build an environment of trust.
So should the child ever get into a situation where they might feel uncomfortable because someone is asking for information that maybe they know they shouldn't give, they'll be more apt to talk to the parent about it.
And it's not just kids who need to be careful online.
Sharing certain pictures online, one should be cautious, because people know, like, they can see your house and they can use that against you.
Now, the 3 biggest things officials told me today was to monitor your kids' use of the internet, how they're acting when they're using that internet time, and to be open to having those conversations about internet safety. You can go to our website, wgfw.com, to see more tips and resources that officials say that can help parents navigate those conversations. Justin.
Thank you, Georgina. Outside, Jeff, we've had some chilly mornings this week, but we're getting a little bit more mild.
Yeah, temperatures are hanging out near 20 right now after highs earlier in mid-20s across our neck of the woods. Tomorrow up near 30, and we'll firmly be in the low 30s probably Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday up next week. There are some clouds out there now, though. This will help keep temperatures up a bit this evening. You might see a couple flurries in there as well. So overall, mostly cloudy skies, a couple of flurries around. What we're watching, though, is a better chance for some snow late tomorrow night into Sunday morning from this system down here that'll track to our south, bringing central Wisconsin some snow, and most likely up this way, maybe an inch or so late tomorrow night into early parts of Sunday morning. Our forecast then for tonight, though, is mostly cloudy skies, a couple of flurries, lows down near 18. Your full forecast is coming up. Justin.
Thanks, Jeff. The number of new COVID-19 cases in Wisconsin has now fallen for 18 straight days, and that's its fewest point since mid-September. Today, the State Department of Health Services reports just over 1,500 new cases, dropping the daily average for the week down to just below 1,400. The number of new deaths in the state has been a bit more up and down lately. DHS reports 49 new deaths today. In our 12-county north central Wisconsin region, DHS reports 78 people are in the hospital right now with COVID-19. They say 20 of those are in the ICU. The Oneida County Health Department announced today they've officially started vaccinating folks 65 and up. To sign up for vaccination yourself, you can visit oneidacountypublichealth.org or give them a call. Appointments are required. Remember, it may take a couple months to get through everyone. The vaccine is still in relatively short supply. They do encourage everyone, though, who is eligible to get the vaccine. It's been about 95% effective at preventing the virus. You can find more detailed information on the Oneida County Health Department's website. Across the country, the demand for the vaccines is outpacing the supply right now. But health officials hope a third approved vaccine could help alleviate some of that strain as early as next month. Sarah Doloff has more.
A new weapon in the fight against COVID-19 may be coming soon. Johnson & Johnson says late-stage trial data shows its vaccine candidate is 72% effective in the U.S.
It either stops you from getting COVID or it helps you, if you get COVID, have a much milder version of COVID.
The company planning to apply for emergency use authorization in early February.
This is a single shot vaccine in which you start to see efficacy anywhere from 7 to 10 days following the first and only shot.
The White House COVID response team says on average, more than 1 million shots have gone into arms each day over the last week.
We view where we are today as a floor, not a ceiling. What we have tasked our team with is as many vaccines as possible into as many arms as possible.
But even with mass vaccination sites scaling up, it will likely still be months before every American who wants a shot can get one. And health experts are concerned about virus variants.
The CDC is already predicting that the UK variant will become the dominant strain in the US by March. The UK variant is more contagious, and there is some data that it may also be more virulent. Either way, it will be more deadly.
The first cases of the South African strain confirmed in the U.S. Thursday, and 2 patients in South Carolina who don't know one another and hadn't recently traveled.
The presumption is at this point that there has been community spread of this strain.
Continued masking and social distancing critical in a race against time and an evolving virus.
Sarah Dunlop reporting. Some other health-related news. Starting next Monday, Wisconsin will be covering the treatment for substance use disorder in a residential setting for most members of its Medicaid programs. The treatment offered uses a whole patient approach, they call it, which is shown to be clinically effective at reducing overdoses and deaths and helping people sustain recovery. Healthcare providers will determine whether their patients require this level of care using criteria from the American Society of Addiction Medicine. Services offered include assessment and treatment planning, counseling, and recovery coaching. The Lincoln Hills School in Lincoln County was the subject of a recent AP article alleging poor conditions at that facility. However, one administrator there says that's not true, that things are getting better. We'll hear his report in just a few minutes, but first, Jeff's in with your full weekend forecast. That's next on Newswatch 12 at 6.
Northland Basement Systems is the all things basementy company. Basement waterproofing, basement finishing, basement structural repair, humidity and mold control, and nasty crawl spaces too. When it comes to basement solutions, nobody does it better than we do. Since 1991, homeowners just like you in the Northland have trusted Northland Basement Systems for all things basementy in their homes. Call Northland Basement Systems today to schedule a free home evaluation.
The next name on the blacklist, Elizabeth Keene.
I want revenge.
We have to find her first. You can't hide. I will come for you.
Try.
Unused prescription opioid pain medicines can spell many things. Risk, if they're taken by someone they weren't prescribed for. Harm, if accidentally taken by a child or a pet. And overdose, if they're not used as directed. They may be hiding in your home, in bathrooms, kitchens, or anywhere. Why put your family at risk? Safely dispose of opioids before they can do harm. The best thing is to find a drug take-back option, such as medicine drop-off boxes, mail-back programs, or home disposal products. If there isn't a take-back location near you, check the FDA's flush list. Medicines on the flush list may be especially dangerous if they are used by children, pets, or others in your home. No take-back location nearby and your medicine isn't on the flush list? You can dispose of it in the trash. Get more information on safe opioid disposal and remove the risk.
Well, we felt this today. Temperatures were about 10 degrees warmer compared with yesterday. Highs mid-20s. Tomorrow, though, up near 30. Will probably stay there through the middle portions of next week. All courtesy of a southeast breeze out there right now, ushering in those warmer temperatures, warmer for January, right? With lows tonight back in the teens and highs tomorrow approaching 30 once again. As the coldest air is now pulling off to the east of us. See you later. This is not warm, but it's warmer. Moving in our direction for the weekend and beyond. It's going to be different around here going forward. So tomorrow up near 30s, same story for Sunday, and then firmly in the 30s Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and all signs now point toward a big cool down late next week or next weekend. We could have high temperatures back in the single digits over next weekend, but this weekend not so much. Lots of clouds around with temperatures near 30. Speaking of clouds, here they are rolling in on us right now. We'll keep things cloudy tonight, cloudy tomorrow, cloudy with some light snow showers tomorrow night, courtesy of a system across the southwest area right now. This is the same one that brought a feet of snow to parts of California. It will track to our south tomorrow and bring southern Wisconsin 6-8 inches of snow. But up this way tomorrow night and the early parts of Sunday, we could see maybe an inch or so across our neck of the woods because high pressure is firmly in charge right now, trying to keep all of this to go around us, and it will. It'll track just far enough to the south across central parts of Illinois tomorrow and tomorrow night to bring the heavy snow back to southern Wisconsin again. Places like Chicago, Milwaukee, Madison could see a half a foot of snow tomorrow night into early parts of Sunday morning. For us, though, nope, we're all going to do this, right? Maybe an inch of snow, again, late tomorrow night into early parts of Sunday morning, and then we're done for a few days. And then we got to watch another system that's going to be in our backyards, most likely late Thursday into Friday of next week. It could bring a healthy snow to somebody across the Great Lakes then, but still, that is, 7 days away. Our forecast then for tonight, though, is mostly cloudy skies. A couple of flurries out there. That will not be a big deal at all tonight. Look for low temperatures kind of about where they are right now with a southeast breeze around 5. For tomorrow, it's Saturday, so cloudy and breezy. You're going to notice the breeze tomorrow. It's going to gust near 25 miles per hour with air temperatures near 28. It's going to feel much colder tomorrow and a couple of flurries through the afternoon. And then looking ahead, your 7-day forecast by Northwoods Furniture and Mattress shows some light snow back in the forecast late tomorrow night and the early parts of Sunday morning. Again, maybe an inch or so across our neck of the woods, more as you go further south. Then we dry out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday with highs back in the low 30s. And there's our next chance for snow next Thursday before temperatures take a tumble next weekend. Justin?
Thanks, Jeff. The Lincoln Hill School and Copper Lake Schools for Girls near Irma are secured confinement facilities for youth who've been charged with adult crimes. However, after an FBI investigation back in 2015, the schools were ordered to have a monitor review the facilities. In the last few months of last year, that monitor reported that both schools had conditions that have worsened since then. However, the administrator of the juvenile division disagrees with that report, saying the facilities have actually improved a lot since 2015, and says one thing they're working closely with or on is how the officers and youth are interacting.
A lot of it is changing the culture, how we work with youth, engaging youth to really understand and build those relationships.
The monitor's report also said officers were afraid of the kids and teens there since they no longer can use pepper spray. Hermes says staff and other coordinators are improving a little bit each day, and they have hired a programming director to better lay out or schedule the kids' days.
We're never going to stop trying to improve how we work with our youth, the treatments that we're able to provide youth. Like I said, there is no finish line in this business. We will continue to do better.
Both facilities were ordered to close this summer. Governor Evers has said recently that will not happen just yet since no replacement facilities are ready at this point. Well, as President Biden wraps up his first full week in office, he's now turning his attention to a COVID relief package. We'll have the latest from Washington in just a few minutes.
Every living creature on Earth needs Mother Nature's water for survival. From the family pet, whether it's the dog or fish in a fish tank, to the precious little munchkins running around, for 7 decades, Maher Water Corporation has been supplying and treating this water for the entire family with products made here in Wisconsin by Water Care. So call us today for the cleanest, safest water around.
If you're a contractor or do-it-yourselfer, make Argonne Lumber your first stop. High-quality materials, personalized service, expert staff, and delivery are just some of the things Argonne Lumber is known for. Stop in and smell the lumber at Argonne Lumber, 2 locations in Argonne and Rhinelander.
Do you struggle to open or close your windows? Are they drafty or leaky? If you're nodding your head yes, Renewal by Andersen is your best solution.
Replace your problem windows and save big with this limited time offer and attractive financing. Call Renewal by Andersen today.
On December 7, 2005, I was deployed to Baghdad, Iraq. As I was searching for the bomb, the bad guy and the bomb found me first. After the explosion, I was left with a 1% chance of living from the injuries I sustained. During my road to recovery, it was a challenge, mostly trying to figure out what life would be like with my new physical injuries. But throughout that road to recovery, I had a tremendous amount of support from friends and families and the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes. The primary mission of the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes is to offer financial emergency assistance to veterans and their families. In most cases, there is a loved one back at home who has to drop everything they're doing to be at that veteran's bedside. And of course, there are huge financial burdens that come along with that. After veterans come through the Coalition's program, they are ready to be back into society, ready to go back to work, and ready to be a leader in their own community.
Visit saluteheroes.org to learn more.
I used to drive an ambulance as an EMT, and I've always tried to be a safe driver. If people knew what I know, lives could be saved. In my car, if I see a truck or bus taking a turn, I know to take my time. When big vehicles turn right, they may swing wide to make the turn. If you try to sneak in, well, it's a lesson you'd rather not learn the hard way. When trucks and buses turn, let's you and I wait. It's our roads, it's our safety.
The Wisconsin Elections Commission has released their analysis of the November 2020 election, generally praising the work of election workers and volunteers for helping that election happen despite so many challenges. They point out nearly 3.3 million Wisconsin residents voted in the general election. That's about 73% of the state's entire voting age population. They do add, however, quote, "The massive increase in by-mail absentee voting this year revealed public confusion about the process and differing opinions about previously obscure statutory provisions and administrative procedures," end quote. Adding there's a need for greater transparency, simplicity, and clarity going forward. As President Biden wraps up his first full week in office, which included a flurry of executive orders, he is now shifting his attention toward promoting his nearly $2 trillion COVID relief package. It's been facing some pushback from Republicans and even some moderate Democrats for its price tag. Alice Barr has the latest from Washington.
President Biden closing out his first full week in office and beginning to turn his attention from executive orders to the more daunting task of winning congressional support for a massive COVID relief bill.
We have learned from past crises the risk is not doing too much, the risk is not doing enough.
The president meeting with newly installed Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen, among the economists arguing for aggressive investment.
And the benefits of acting now and acting big will far outweigh the costs in the long run.
President Biden reaching out privately to Republican lawmakers, many of whom have already voiced fierce opposition to the nearly $2 trillion price tag.
There are a half dozen specific things in that bill that I'm happy to talk about if you want me to that have nothing to do with COVID-19.
Democrats now in charge of the House and Senate acknowledge they may have to go it alone.
If our Republican colleagues decide to oppose this urgent and necessary legislation, we will have to move forward without them.
The rescue package includes boosting direct payments to Americans and aid for small businesses. In his first major trip outside the White House since taking office, President Biden signaling another priority as he visits with wounded soldiers at the Walter Reed National Military Medical Center.
That's Alice Barr reporting. It's Friday. We're back with one final look at your weekend forecast after the break. But first, it's time for this week's Big Old Fish.
Newswatch 12's Big Old Fish is brought to you by Kurt's Island Sports Shop in Minocqua.
Caught my limit! I see you only snagged one, huh? Two. Fish are on there, you.
Well, now that the Packer season is over for the year, it's time to dial in your techniques to catch some big old fish. This week, it's wall-to-wall walleyes. starting with 21-year-old Ryan Alloway from Crandon. This walleye warrior did some searching to find the right weeds and structure with the underwater camera, then rigged the tip-ups and sat back and waited for the night bite. Bam! 6:30 p.m., the flag popped, and the battle was on. The result? This downright gorgeous 25-inch walleye. Pics prove that this ain't no big old fish story. Great catch, Ryan, and good luck catching some more. Next up, 20-year-old Bo Schumacher from Appleton cashed in big on Christmas Day with this beauty of a walleye. Now, no measurements were given, but that sure is one big old fish. Congratulations, and keep on sending them in. And finally this week, we have 7-year-old Josh Baseman from Eagle River who caught this awesome walleye fishing with his grandpa on an area lake. Now, this also happens to be his very first walleye. So congratulations, Josh and Grandpa, for making some great memories with this big old fish. All right, fishermen and women, make sure to keep those trophy pictures coming. All the information you need to be in a future episode of Big Old Fish and win a Norling Taxidermy fish mount is on our website, WJFW.com. And remember, anglers, fish on.
Eagle Floor Covering in Eagle River, locally owned and operated for over 2 decades. With over 40 years of combined quality sales and service experience, we can help you find the right floor for your lifestyle and budget.
Welcome to Land O'Lakes, serenity at the top of Wisconsin.
Stay with us at the Gateway Lodge in Land O'Lakes. Relax in our indoor pool, delicious dinners, and the coziest lounge in town. Come back to tradition at the historical Gateway Lodge.
At Len's Truck, we've made the buying experience fast and easy. All our trucks are guaranteed clean, certified, can be bought hassle-free online, and can be delivered right to your door. It's our way of saying thanks to our past and future customers for the last 35 years. And when you buy a Len's Truck, know that you're buying the best used truck money can buy. Go now to lenstruck.com. You'll find over 800 used trucks, all priced to move. Go now to lenstruck.com.
Len's Truck.
On December 7, 2005, I was deployed to Baghdad, Iraq. As I was searching for the bomb, the bad guy and the bomb found me first. After the explosion, I was left with a 1% chance of living from the injuries I sustained. During my road to recovery, it was a challenge, mostly trying to figure out what life would be like with my new physical injuries. But throughout that road to recovery, I had a tremendous amount of support from friends and families and the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes. The primary mission of the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes is to offer financial emergency assistance to veterans and their families. In most cases, there is a loved one back at home who has to drop everything they're doing to be at that veteran's bedside. And of course, there are huge financial burdens that come along with that. After veterans come through the Coalition's program, they are ready to be back into society, ready to go back to work, and ready to be a leader in their own community.
Visit saluteheroes.org to learn more.
At WJFW, our Newswatch 12 News team works around the clock to bring you the news that matters most of all to the North Woods. Our team is committed to the community and ensuring that you are as informed as possible. The Newswatch 12 team works hard to deliver the most important stories from around the globe, local and national sports updates, and weather reports. We are NBC Newswatch 12, news from where you live. You're watching NBC 12, from where you live.
Hi, I'm Dean Hoger with Miracle-Ear of Rhinelander. If you're struggling to hear your favorite news and entertainment shows, stop in and see me for a free hearing test.
Well, if you love puppies, Snoop Dogg, and Martha Stewart, then you're going to love Super Bowl Sunday. Okay, that sounded weird. The two friends are co-hosting the 2021 Puppy Bowl pregame. The rapper and culinary icon holding competitions to create the Pawfict party snack and a Puppy Bowl themed cocktail. They'll be sporting jerseys. Anyway, Puppy Bowl is meant to be a mimic to the football game for folks who aren't so into football. Jeff, temperatures outside a little more mild than they have been recently.
First off, come on, Snoop Dogg and Martha Stewart together. Who put those?
They had a show together for a while.
All right, the clouds are increasing out there right now. We're going to hang out under the clouds again tonight. And tomorrow we'll get a couple light snow showers out of these. Heavier snow tomorrow across southern Wisconsin and Chicago area as well. Could see a half foot of snow tomorrow night. For us, though, most likely an inch or so up this way. All right, we're hanging out in the 20s today, up near 30 tomorrow. And and we could be firmly planted in the 30s through much of next week. After some little bit of light snow tomorrow night into Sunday morning, a break in the action Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, followed by some more snow on Thursday.
All right, thanks, Jeff. Thanks for joining us on Newswatch 12 at 6. Wheel of Fortune is next. We're back here at 10 for more news, plus the Friday Night Blitz.